3/4 of a mile, the destination is on your right. Petrified Forest National Park Visitor Center.
Okay, so we have entered the park, and from what I understand, they do not observe daylight savings time in the park until after March. So Shannon and I are back again, mixed up on what time it is.
We don't know what time it is.
Yeah, we don't know. All right, so this is the visitor center, so we're going to check it out first. All right, good morning everybody. Shannon and Karen here with Wandering Out Yonder. Today we are in the Petrified Forest, and we're going to see the Petrified Forest and the Painted Desert. This is our first stop on our journey through this area, and it is just spectacular. I'm going to turn you around. All right. Now there's a marquee here that tells you what you're looking at, but you first have to look at it because it is just incredibly spectacular. Look at that. Point. Okay, so the Painted Desert extends 7,500 square miles across northeastern Arizona. Right. The particular mudstone and sandstone are called the Chinle Formation, and they were deposited 227 to 205 million years ago during the late Triassic period. During that time, the supercontinent Pangaea broke apart, eventually forming our present continents. Just incredible. You're seeing such cool geology. The history of our Earth right in front of you. So cool. Just spectacular. That's gorgeous. In Navajo, the word chindi refers to the ghost left behind after a person dies. That's what you're looking at here. This is an appropriate name for this point. That's why they call this Chindi Point, as there are traces of thousands of ancient plants and animals in the view before you. Paleontologists continue to make fossil discoveries here. So that's why this is called Chindi Point, and that's what it means. It refers to ghost. Very cool. This old car out here in the middle of the desert. So there's the old car, and if you look off to the left there, you see the old telephone poles that used to line the old Route 66 route. As far as you can see, they run parallel to I-40. And if you can look down this way as well. All the way down there. Okay, so Shannon and I are stopping here at the Puerco Pueblo. Not sure if that's how you pronounce it. There you go. Yeah. Anyhow, it's a trail right off of this little viewing area, point 3, and it's going to take us to some of the Puebloan ruins. So again, they've only excavated a small amount of these Puebloan villages, homes, and you can see above the ground where they haven't started a lot of the stones. But yeah, it's just incredible how vast it probably was. It goes way out. You can see some of the outlines of some of them out here. But yeah, if you look around you, that's what this is. And these are thousands and thousands of years old. Super, super cool. All right, so we are heading out to Newspaper Rock. This is lots of petroglyphs from what I understand. Over 650 petroglyphs, some as old as 2,000 years, that can be seen from this area. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to switch up the video where I talk about it in the van and then just try to videotape, because the wind is so strong out here. I'm losing a lot of my video because it's so choppy. But anyhow, I'm going to take you out here. We're going to take a look at those. This area is called Newspaper Rock. And again, you can see the trains out there. This is a busy trains area of our country. Real busy. Anyhow, we're going to take you down to look at the petroglyphs. Again, Newspaper Rock. Look at this. It's just spectacular. Bottom of that huge rock, center of the screen. Very cool. Entered the Blue Mesa area, which Shannon and I are going to be getting out and doing a hike out here. Super cool. Yeah, really cool. Down over here. Yeah, all the different shades, which probably represent different things that happened. Periods of time. Super, super cool. Look at this. Wow. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Yeah, pretty. Super pretty. I bet if you were a geologist or a paleontologist, this would just be your heaven. Here's one of the marquees that is here in the Blue Mesas. It gives you some information of the geology of what you're looking at, the different colors. The blocky brown and yellow sandstone layers were deposited in the river channel, showing us where the river flowed over time. The blue and red mudstone layers were laid down in the river's floodplain. The white layers record volcanic eruptions that took place in the area and are used to determine exact ages of rock. Fossilized plants and trees like horsetails and ferns show that this area was a tropical environment during deposition. So those colors tell you a whole lot. Look at this right here. The right side of this tells you the history. For example, the bottom layer is 227 million years ago. And it goes through different periods up to 205 million years ago. So that's how old what you're looking at is. This area is what's called the Teepees. This is one of the first stops that we're going to make to go on a hike, which is across the street. So we're panning around now, and that's the area that you're looking at now that we're going to be hiking in. It's beautiful. Okay, so Shannon and I again have entered the Blue Mesa area. And yes, I'm recording inside the van because the wind is so strong, but we're going to take you hopefully on a hike through the Blue Mesa area. There's a couple different trails you can take here. We wanted to let you know where we were at. One is just a short 1 mile trail, and one is like a 2.5 or 3 mile trail. So, all right, so this is the trailhead. It looks kind of like a dirt road right now. If you look around you, it's almost like being on another planet. Really spectacular, spectacular area. Anyhow, here we go. All right, so because of the high winds, we're going to be voicing over quite a few of these clips, so if you'll bear with us, but we wanted to make sure we shared the beauty around us with you. So here we go. And again, we are voicing over these clips because the wind is so incredibly strong through here, gusting at about 60 miles an hour. So it was impossible to get any narration in this, but look at the beauty around us. It's spectacular. So again, it was such a beautiful area, and we pretty much had it to ourselves. It was kind of like being on a different planet. It was just so interesting and different for us, and the landscape was gorgeous, just beautiful. And again, sometimes it just felt like you were on another planet. It was just so different everywhere you turned, and so unique the way the wind and the water affected this area. Okay, so the wind died down just enough. You can see the different layers and the different colors in the mesas. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Again, the wind has died down just enough. It's, I mean, incredibly strong wind out here today. Look how beautiful this is. Every turn is a different view. Okay, so you can see Mother Nature doing her job here with the landscape, with all these ruts, the wind and the water, how it has carved its way through here. It's really, really spectacular to see. It's really pretty, unique area. All right, so we're getting ready to do some climbing here. This was kind of the beginning of climbing up to the top of these mesas. And I thought it was so interesting to see the different layers in the mesas. You can see like a darker color, a lighter color, which all represent different eras. It's so pretty to see all of this. And there's Shannon. So again, because of the wind, I'm going to narrate a little bit here, but we were heading up the trail, and it's pretty steep. It's a skinny little trail, pretty steep. And because of the wind, it really was terrifying. You can see we're going higher and higher, and the thought of tripping here just scared the crap out of me because you're up so high and it is just down. I mean, there's nothing to hang on to. So, but look at that. I mean, just beautiful. Look at that panoramic view. Isn't that gorgeous? So again, the winds being as strong as they were, I'm having to dub over, but it was just such a pretty area. Wanted to make sure we shared it with you guys, but look around you. Gorgeous. Okay, so as we reached the summit of this particular area, there was some petrified wood at the top. It was really cool to see in its natural state up at the top. But one of the things that I really noticed when we got up here was how spectacular all the different colors were of the dunes, the mesas, the sky, the clouds. It's just a beautiful day. All right, now this particular spot on the trail is where Shannon and I decided that the wind gusts were just too much for us. It was knocking us off our feet. And because there was nothing to hang on to, we decided we needed to turn around. But wow, look at this. Isn't it beautiful? from the van because it is so windy. This is a gorgeous area. This, what you're seeing now, is the Blue Mesa Trail. Shannon and I were hiking behind all of this. But isn't that spectacular? This is probably one of the most popular trails in the park right here. This area is what is called Jasper Forest. And I am unfortunately having to videotape from inside the van because the wind is blowing so hard that you wouldn't be able to hear a word I was saying. Anyhow, it's a just huge field of old petrified wood. A pretty high concentration area of it. It's beautiful. So this particular area is called the Crystal Forest, and this trail leads you around to a lot of the petrified wood. And if you look really close at the wood, you'll see why it's called the Crystal Forest, where the wood has crystallized into different types of minerals and so forth. So again, we are in the Crystal Forest, and the things that we are looking at now are 200 million years or more old. Just so incredible to see this up close and personal and learn about it. It's spectacular. So again, as I said earlier, you have an opportunity on this trail to get up close and personal with this petrified wood to see all the different crystals and minerals and so forth. Beautiful, beautiful area. Really cool. And this is one of the marquees along the trail that helps you to understand what it is that you're looking at here in the petrified forest at this wood. It's really cool. Super cool. These are some of the dinosaurs. Dimorphodon. Well, Isukids. Taurus was a predator. Grew up to 20 feet. Very cool. Yeah. Oh no, wow, I didn't even notice that. So cool.
That is definitely the kangaroo rat. Now you have a coyote and a lizard rat. And one of them is an opportunistic omnivore. They eat
Yeah.
and one of them has coloring that's different from what its surroundings.
So this is one of the visitor centers here, Rainbow Forest. Has a really cool dinosaur exhibit. Very, very, very cool.
How many papers have you done?